right, here we got the Osaka Stacker. We have the PLC program for it, and I got the files and all that, so if we ever want to replace it, we can do that. We've got the programming, we can put any PLC in it you want. But for right now, it's got a Keyence PLC, it runs absolutely fantastic. How this works is it's going to stack 25 here, 25 here, 25 here, 25 here. You can use it on your folder, you can use it on your perfect binder, you can use it on your saddle stitcher. This here is your air blast, so as it's delivering, if you want some air blast, this is timed to help blast a piece down on this conveyor. This one's back here. Right here, inside the programming, you can adjust the timing of the air when it comes on by increasing it by 0.3 of a second, 0.4 of a second. That's for the lower timing, upper timing, same thing. These books are so heavy, to be honest with you, it really doesn't matter. I'm going to make it 0.4. I'll tell you what, I'm going to make it 0.5. Okay, and then back to the main screen. Right here, we're at 0. We want 25s, and then that'll give us our current count where we're at. And then if you ever want to erase the master count, you hit reset. If you've got like a half a set in here and you got something messed up, you just hit the eject. It'll eject out the partial set, and then it'll reset your batch to 0. And then pile, here you can adjust how many you want in a pile. We'll go with 25s. And then, of course, this is the speed of the machine right here. Start and stop. And then these here have to do with your air cylinders. I won't get into that right now. It's not a major adjustment. Right here, this adjusts your back gauge forward and backwards with this handle. And then this handle up here on top, this is what you turn to adjust the tilt here on the conveyor. I'll go ahead and tilt it back. Go ahead and tilt it back here. Not sure what that was. Anyhow, so we went ahead and tipped it back because our magazines are going to be thick on the back side, so we don't want to fall down to the floor. So, and then I'm just using one of my Q feeders to feed the magazines on instead of a saddle stitcher. So let's see what we do. Do that one more time, but here you can see you got a stack of 25, stack of 25, stack of 25, stack of 25. That fell off the top, and then we have a partial stack down there. So let's go ahead, we'll start with the partial stack. The machine knows that there's 13 down there. And if you turn the machine off and come back the next day, and you leave your piles alone, it will remember that, even if you turn the power off. It'll retain what was in the machine, as long as you don't take those out. Get ready here. These are the only magazines I have, so we'll cycle through these pretty quickly. I wasn't ready that time when we started. I could hardly keep up. Alright, here we go. Here's the first batch of 25. Second batch of 25 coming up at the top up here. Already, and then this one here, I didn't see what happened there, but that one fell off the top. So that was pretty quick. We just counted 100, and then let's say you want to, right, you're done. You want to get those out. You just come up here and hit eject. It'll eject these out. And also when it ejects it, he sets it back to 0. Obviously this isn't 25. I should have looked before I ejected it. But there's 14 of these here. So we just counted 114 and 25s that fast. So it's a really nice machine. It's heavy made. All you got to do is set the width, set the thickness, and just turn this dial right here, lock it down. There's some other deflectors in that inside. I'm going to move my feet around the way here. You can see right here, you have your damper or deflector that this is what causes the piece to go to the top or go to the bottom. There's all kinds of safeties on here so that when one comes in, it's keeping the master count. This doesn't actually, this keeps the master count, but always it makes sure that one passes to the bottom or the top or it faults out. So one can't get lost. So you have a counting eye here, one down here, and one up here. So it always compares everything to make sure you always have 25 or whatever your batch count is. There's also an interlock, so this ties into another machine with this right here. And this cable here can easily be made to be normally open or normally closed, whatever your machine is. If it's normally closed or normally open, I can wire it up so that you have a dummy plug. Right now it runs without a dummy plug because it runs normally open, but we can make that normally closed. And then if you do make it normally closed, all you gotta do is come in the box and flip out a couple of your wires up here in the on the relay. I got notes on it inside here. Up here in your relay, we make those, instead of normally open, normally closed, we'll just flip those to the contacts over there. We'll keep the machine running. So, yeah, this is a really nice, well-made machine. And it rolls around like really easy too. You know, it's heavy. I mean, it probably weighs a good 800, 900 pounds, but it rolls easy. And, you know, when you're done, you can turn the air off easily enough when you're working on it. Got a little air kill switch right here. In case you want to adjust the something back there. But here's your access down there. I don't know if you need to get to any of the wiring or anything. There's your air valves that shoot and fire. Over here, there's it's belt driven, obviously. The chains are just for moving it forward and backwards and tipping it, that's all. Oh, and it's the funny thing is it's wired for 3-phase, except it runs on single phase, no problem. Right now, I have it wired up to 220 volt single phase and it runs perfectly fine. Although this is a 3-phase inverter, AC drive. I'm assuming it's because the motor is small enough, it's not a problem. So it runs on single phase, 240 volt, 220 volt single phase, or you can run 3-phase. Either one, doesn't matter. You don't have to change the wiring at all. I've run it both ways. Very good, thanks. Brent Barnhart. this stacker, you can set it for whatever batch you want, and then it'll do the first batch on the lower conveyor, eject it, next batch on the upper conveyor, eject it, back and forth, it rotates so you have room to work. Obviously you can add on and have longer conveyor. You can put it at the end of your folder and do batching. You can put it at the end of your saddle stitcher and do batching. Here, in the next video I'm going to do books. I'm not sure how many we just did because I didn't set the counter up right. Well, we can count the batches here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 batches of 25. So we batched about 500 in a matter of minutes. So, a nice machine. It's made by Osaka, Japanese company. I have all the programming. I've got the PLC program. So no matter what happens, you always have that. You can put any PLC in it you want because we have the program. And I know how all the adjustments work. It's got all good belts on it. I can train on it. No reason for me to come out, but I can demonstrate it. Right here, if you step over there, Gordon, if you look at this conveyor here, you can adjust this here so that they're angled. So the books are going back to it, or you can adjust it so that they are flat. Not sure what that was, I went too far. And then of course you can adjust your back gate here, whatever distance you want. And then of course I'm getting ready to do saddle stitch books, so will be something like, I'll demonstrate that next, so that the saddle stitch books will be coming out like that. Alright, and I'll catch you in the next clip on that. Thanks.